Another thing that comes in handy sometimes when working with validation is being able to hook events that fire when the validation state of a control changes. To do that, all we do is we drop into our binding and we set another property called notify on validation error equals true. Once that flag is set, anytime the validation state of that control, meaning errors present or not, changes, it's going to raise a validation event, which we can hook wherever we want in our UI. These validation error events are attached events, so you can attach them to any element. So I could go into my text box here and say validation error equals some handler that I'm going to put in my code behind. Because these are bubbling events, I could also put them further up the chain. So instead of on the text box itself, I could put it all the way up at grid level here. Now I need to add that error handler to my code behind. So I'll drop into the code, add the method, and you can see you get past a validation error event args. This thing has several properties on it. It's got a validation error is the main thing you're going to look at. And that error has a bunch of context on it. The error content property is the main thing you're going to look at. It's generally going to be the error string that you're dealing with. So I'm just going to debug right line out the e.error.error content. Now if we go ahead and run, watch the output window at the bottom. I'll invoke my asynchronous validation. We'll wait the 5 seconds, and we can see invalid phone format showed up in the output window. So that's all there is to hooking validation errors. Make sure you turn it on a binding. Put the attached event hooked up somewhere in the UI on the element itself or some parent element, and then have the handler deal with the validation error event args that flows in.